Hello guys, welcome to another episode of Clues, Cues and Reviews, and today we're looking at three mangas. This video is about One Piece. The fourth video that I was looking to do is probably going to happen tomorrow now. Is Demon Plan, 12th final chapter for that one. I'll talk about that later and plans and whatnot tomorrow. Today we're focusing on One Piece, My Hero Academia and Black Clover. Try keeping this one short. Without further ado, let's get into this review. So, the chapter at hand was relatively good. I mean, I'll get this out of the way. We're on break next week. Oh my bloody god. But, because of the way Oda tells the story, because of how hard he works, it's fine. Not a problem. You do what you need to do, Oda. We'll be here waiting for you. With that being said, let's look at the main points of this chapter, and I'll leave a little bit of a theory at the end to get into it. We'll do this by location because the chapter was set like that, so we'll kind of discuss it like that. We'll start off with number one, the mirror world. So, the mirror world is relatively simple. We essentially find out from the mirrors that they can't really find Sanji, and there's a weirdo sleeping in his bed. That made me laugh, which basically prompts Nami to realize Sanji is probably going to that place, the meeting place. That's fine because that gives us an idea, the readers, where they're going to head next. And there's probably going to be a while to get there because apparently there's no mirrors that they can directly warp to there. So they've got to find the longest route or the closest mirror by exploring. With that being said, the key point for this segment for me was the last piece. Or the key piece, I don't actually think it was at the end. But anyway, them confirming Peckhams is alive, talking about a conspiracy, and had they not have kept an eye on him, he would have died. That is important. Basically, he's alive. We haven't seen it, and ultimately, I think his re-emergence will play a role in the tea party, the wedding. Basically, that is point number one. Point number two is important because it leads on from the Peckham situation. Is outside. People over talking about possible gunshots, and we see that Bobbin is struggling outside and saying those so and so's. I don't like to try. I try not to swear. With that being said, that's important because more than likely that is Capone, I was going to say Bedge, but Capone Bedge's work, because he's basically starting to maneuver. So what he's essentially doing is taking care of certain individuals that may be a thorn in his side. Peckhams is one of them. Now Bobbins. Essentially he's taking care of people that will be a threat to him, maybe by devil fruit, maybe by the fighting prowess, but ultimately taking pieces off the board so he can make his opening gambit, his final move, whatever you want to call it, be more effective. So that's an important piece which I'll talk about at the end in the theory. Anyway, moving on to section number 3. Section number 3 happens on the 6th floor of the castle of Big Mom's biggest castle, I guess, a building, and it's basically the Vinsmoke partying up. Essentially, it's weird because they're like, oh, we'll party a little bit, but we're really going to party tomorrow when we get Big Mom's banner. We're going to be able to take over North Blue without gaining any more physical power themselves. More of a military, more of a, yeah, you'll be scared of me because I have Big Mom's flag. It's weird because for everything they were built up to be, the legends and everything else, it seems like a big fall from grace for me, considering they're meant to be this big powerful fighting force, but they seem very kind of scaredy and not necessarily as brave as one would think. So I was a bit disappointed with that, and you kind of feel like, yeah, they're going to get what they deserve at this party. Now, then the fourth section is probably key. Luffy meets Sanji, or Sanji meets Luffy outside where he's taking care of everybody. The key things here. Number one, we basically get to see Luffy eat the food. The food was ruined, it was wet, he dropped it. Luffy ate it anyway, said it was delicious and thanked him. Liar comes in play because ultimately, Sanji knew he was lying, but at the same time, Luffy kept his promise, Sanji kept his promise. We're all good. Then we get this thing where Luffy says, look, I can't go with you, I have 3 things. Number one, I hit you to the best of my ability. That I didn't like. Why? You're probably thinking, yeah, he did hit him, what's the big deal? The big deal is he tried his hardest. That is disappointing for me because if he's going to be number 3 of the monster trio, or the left hand man, or the left foot of the Pirate King to be, he needs to be hitting harder than that. I mean, Luffy, okay, he was battered and bruised and he got tortured practically before getting there, being a commander at that, and this was the best Sanji could do. Disappointed. Then we move on to other things. Scared of the whole situation with Baratier, they're going to get assassinated. I can understand that. Number 3, this shows how nice Sanji is, because look, even though I have nothing for my family, I don't really consider my family, they don't consider me family. Basically, he wants to protect them. He knows if he leaves them, they're going to die and he would need some help. He goes, you go, it's fine. Pow! Luffy hits him and he goes, tell me the truth. What do you want? He goes, I want to go home to the Sunny. So he sees the Sunny as home. That's important because that's where he sees his family at. Luffy then helps him, basically saying, don't worry about it. We'll help crash the party. Sets up this epic motion. I'm like, yes, I cannot wait. Oh, we're on break next week. Disappointing. But like I said, it is what it is. Take as much time as you like. We'll be here. Nice setup chapter. Not amazing, but the points that are important here is Capone Page is making his move. Bobbins is kind of taking out the picture for now. Peckhams is alive. They know where Luffy and Sanji is, and Luffy wants to help. That is brilliant because we'll hopefully see them get together in a couple of chapters. With that being said, quick few seconds to talk about what I think is going to happen. The tea party is the next day, right? They're going to spend the time to recover, right? Okay. What is going to happen to the party as far as Big Mom is concerned? Big Mom wants to kill the Vinsmoke, kill Sanji. They're good. They've got the technology. But now we have things that work against them. Reiju might do something, might not do something. Cannot deny her father. Straw Hat Pirates and Sanji, another piece or group in play. And Capone Bedge. So ultimately, when Big Mom is looking to use a full force, you won't be able to do that. And this could work in one of two ways. A, Capone might make his move to destroy Big Mom. It might work and he might basically become the next Yonko. Or, in that situation, because Peckhams is alive, that might throw him off and ultimately be a way to swindle them to get Big Mom to be on Luffy's side. Potentially. Or this could be a situation where literally they defeat Big Mom, although people are thinking, wow, it's too early to defeat a Yonko. It's possible. And maybe it's a situation for their protection. They need to go to the weakest sea and dominate that, the East Blue. What this can do potentially is if he sends his family there, Sanji does, they can protect his other family, Baratier. And Sanji will go with his proper family, which is the Straw Hats. And hopefully Capone Bedge can get his ass kicked. Maybe. Anyway, there are a few things that can still play out in so many different ways. We have to look forward to it. You know, Oda does his thing with his writing. I'll leave that to him. I'm sure he's going to have a few surprises. With that being said, thank you very much for watching my video. Thank you very much for being an audience. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I will see you in the next one. Peace.